there is a sponsor of this program and indeed of this network of Sky News, and that is Hancock Prospecting. Gina Rinehart, Bronwyn's a good mate of hers, and I'm a huge admirer. I'm sure everybody here on this panel is as well. This is the richest person in Australia. She doesn't actually have to bother to get engaged in this, but she is running an ad. You'll see it in no doubt in a moment, that basically says this, Bronwyn. She says, we need less government tape. Hallelujah. We need a bit of common sense. We need to get on with stuff. She's worried that people who are really process rich could completely beggar up the 2032 Olympic Games as a real opportunity to get things right. But the clock is running. She also says, Bronwyn, that we need grey collar workers. We need people who are perhaps older but might want to work. We need to have them not penalised for taking on jobs if they want to work and work longer. It's reasonable common sense, Bronwyn.
Well, yes, it is. And we should listen to people who are successful like Gina, a very successful businesswoman who has done it herself. Never fall for this business about she inherited it all. She inherited a mess. She had to make it work. And she is one of the few billionaires who actually pays tax. Pays tax for her businesses. And it is people such as she who actually provides government with the money that they give away and then expect to be given the largesse for. You know, governments don't have any money of their own, Gary. You know it, I know it, we all know it. They only have the money they take off individual people and businesses. And so when we see someone as successful as Gina, and she has sensible things to say, we should be listening loud and hard. She understands well and truly about the Olympics because she's one of those Australians who actually helps the athletes in a very practical way to subsidise their training and their ability to compete. So when she talks about the Olympics being successful herself, we need to listen.
Well, we do. And look, I'm going to be bold. As I said, she is the sponsor of this program, a sponsor of this network, Hancock Prospecting. I'm going to show a bit of the ad before we go to the ad break, which will probably show the ad again. But I'll show it to you because it's worth a look. I really believe it is worth a look. And I'm warning to some viewers that this common sense may cause a lot of people to be very confused. Here's this little ad.
Never before has Queensland hosted an event so important as the Brisbane Games in 2032. Billions will be watching from around the world. Queensland has a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to shine on the world stage. This will arrive rather quickly. We need to tackle the elephants in the room. Let's help to address staff shortages causing problems and supply delays, and quickly fix pensions arrangements so that those pensioners who want to work can, without the current penalties. Let's encourage our governments to change their bureaucratic culture away from more tape as a priority to less tape benefiting a new priority, improving living standards. Addressing these would help enable infrastructure, sporting, tourism and entertainment assets to get built in time and able to be enjoyed by Queenslanders and visitors for decades to come. Hancock Prospecting, helping athletes represent Australia at their best. Authorised by James Radford, Hancock Prospecting Proprietary Limited, Perth.
Putting her hand in her pocket. Mrs. Rinehart's putting her hand in her pocket, and she doesn't have to, but she's trying to make sure that we get it right. And I think it's a reasonable challenge. I'm not sure the Queensland Premier is listening. She shocked everyone at an Olympic forum that was put together by Sky News and the Courier Mail the other day when she said we're going to put a drop-in swimming pool into a major venue. A drop-in swimming pool? This is the swimming epicentre of the entire universe here in southeast Queensland. This Premier does, I think Bronwyn's right, need an IQ test. I just don't follow it. She has not got her eye on this. She's not even reading major reports.